Yes, another good question. One of the dedicated students has given this. Where does anger come from? So very simple question, but very important one. Where does anger come from? Anger comes from, in simple line, desires unfulfilled. Anger comes because I have a thought that this is the way the other person is supposed to behave. Anger comes because this is the type of situation which is supposed to be there, and suddenly, out of nowhere, without my knowledge, the person gives a different reaction. The situation changes, not necessarily to my liking, and when that happens, I get angry. First of all, assess everybody around. As soon as your assessment is perfect about what situations are, what kind of a person you are contacting, then there won't be any, as we call, unreasonable expectations. When you are working in an office or in a relationship, you understand that this much work an elephant can do and this much work a squirrel can do. You don't expect more from the squirrel and you don't expect any less from the elephant. Okay, so that's proper assessment you have to do. And then each and every desire, when it stops or it is interrupted, that's where anger comes. So in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, I think so, verse 62 and 63, Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa is this beautiful verse. He says, everything starts with a thought, and that thought leads to attachment. Attachment leads to a desire, and then there is always a potential of the desire to be fulfilled or not fulfilled. If the desire is fulfilled, there are various emotions that take place. There is more greed, there is arrogance, there is envy, there is fear of losing. The problem comes when the desire is not fulfilled. It is interrupted by something else, an external situation or an external person. In that way, when my desire is interrupted and the object of my passion is not achieved by me, anger develops. Best way to reduce this anger is not saying, please be quiet, I should not get angry. That will not help. Find out what is the cause. The cause is desires. And have desires. Now, when we say desires, control your desires. Because if my desire includes expecting things from the world, expecting things from my husband and wife and everybody around, then there will be some day, some time where they will not be able to meet my expectations. And when the expectations are extremely low, then every time the success rate of that contact increases. So you have to understand that unreasonable expectations should not be there. Now that itself is a different question. What is unreasonable expectations? There is this example of a boy who had gone to see a girl for marriage and they were coming back and he's already rejected 3-4 girls. So the sister was there. She was very intelligent. So she asked the boy, how did you like this girl whom you just saw for getting married? He said, she's all right. And immediately she removed from her purse a mirror and showed it to the brother and said, how does she compare to this? And he came to know the message, that expectation of this is the way the person is supposed to be. Find out who you are. Improve yourself, the world will improve. But we don't want the world to improve. We are constantly focusing on improving the world, but we don't want ourselves to improve. So anger comes from unreasonable expectations when desires are interrupted. Therefore, control the desire. I want this to happen. The more pronounced the I, the more the problem is. the more pronounced this needs to happen. It doesn't matter who does it. The more the ideal, the more the goal is focused, less the personality is involved, and lesser the personality is involved, lesser he or she gets angry, takes every situation in account and finds a solution to it. They don't sit and cry over anything. So getting rid of anger is this. Don't have unreasonable expectations with everybody around. Let everybody function. Proper assessment. Otherwise, this anger will take people to destruction. So the focus is to reduce anger. Find out why are you having a particular desire and why these people are supposed to fulfill it for you. Everybody around is a variable factor. The only invariable factor is you. So control your thoughts, control your desires, and let people function as they are functioning. Suggest and leave. The focus should be only on that. Once you come into that focus, no more anger. You look at a situation. If the work is not done, you go for plan B. That's it.